You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again. Alright guys. So this is one of those situations that some people they just don't believe it. They just don't believe it. They look at this and be like, this is an anomaly. This thing doesn't happen in the real world. Guys, alright. Alright. So I always tell you guys that sometimes as junior developers and brand new developers, or even somebody who's just interested in this thing, right? Sometimes we apply to a lot of positions and we want to get into, let's say, a full-time front-end developer, a full-time back-end developer. But there's agencies like Creative Circle. And by the way, Creative Circle has offices all over the country. Okay, look it up. They constantly get like different jobs that all you need is like the basics of HTML, CSS. Okay. Yes, you could see here something that says, hey, bachelor's degree in related field. But I'm telling you, with experience, I never applied to a job and then they ask me, where's your bachelor's degree? Right? Like, it just doesn't happen. Okay. I'm being honest. Right. Most of the jobs that I've worked for Creative Circle, I've never got asked about bachelor's degree. You know, a lot of times company put these things in there to scare the people that are not even remotely even capable of doing the job. It's just a way to really scare everybody. Okay, if you're a beginner and you're like, oh, you see this, you get scared, right? Then you see something like this: 2 years of experience in coding XML. Guys, you don't need 2 years of experience. Literally, if you know HTML and CSS, you pretty much know XML. Okay, now of course you will say, hey, I'm gonna take a little, maybe a tutorial on YouTube, costs you nothing. Maybe look online, a little tutorial on XML. Do a quick search on XML, right? Come here, click XML tutorial. Like, this isn't something that you need to go to school for, guys. Like, this is XML version 1.0, encoding, UTF-8. Then you say note, to, from, heading, body. That's it. You don't need a computer science for this. Okay, a little quick tutorial on YouTube got you. Okay, now of course you're gonna see this. The rate is 48 hours, $48 an hour. Okay, I don't even know how much is that. Like, can we do the math on that? 48 times, let's say 40. Okay, 1,120. Okay, so that's per week. So you basically getting $2,000 per week. After taxes, you're keeping $1,500. Right? So let's say 1,900 times 4. That's $7,680 per month. Right? It says duration 3 months. Multiply this 3 months. That's $23,000. Right? That's $23,000 that you're gonna get in 3 months. Okay? Just to do XML. Okay, now one of the things that you see here is hottest social media in New York. Okay, this thing could literally be Twitter. This thing could be any of the big companies. Like, Creative Circle works with the biggest companies in the world. They're not gonna put it on the title because they only give you that information once they give you an interview through the phone and basically you come in to work. That's it. That's the only time that you're gonna know. Okay, a lot of these companies don't want people to know that they're hiring third parties to do certain type of work in their companies. Okay, so this is crazy. You know, some people might come in here and be like, Joe, you're lying about this. There's no way you could get jobs with, you know, just the introduction with HTML, CSS. Like, there's no jobs out there. Guys, there's jobs. The thing is that if you don't know what you're looking for, then you're not going to be able to get a good job and get paid for the basics of, you know, HTML, CSS. Okay. Now, I always tell people, when I search for a job in an area, I go to, let's say, Indeed.com. Okay. And I want to search, let's say, Connecticut. right? I don't come here and put it front end developer. Nah. I already know I could get a front end developer position. I start with the basics, HTML. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Because anywhere that they put in HTML, I can do that job. I can do that position, right? It could be web content coordinator. It could be something else like, keep scrolling down, C# programmer, entry level, like, there's a lot of positions, right? For me, because I have a family, I start like this. I click on the highest paying jobs, and then from there I start going down. So what do they have? .NET architect, let's see, senior client success. See, none of this stuff has nothing to do with this, right? Voila, front-end developer, okay? Web accessibility test lead. There you go. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I start going, I start going from the top. I start seeing what they have. Assistant CRM, operations manager, sales plus. Yes, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I start looking for jobs, right? If there's an area where you live that they don't have really high paying jobs and really good jobs, you click undo. Go back to the 85,000. See, JavaScript front end developer. That's how I start doing it. Okay. For you guys, what I would say is do exactly what I say, man. Search for HTML. Start with that, right? You're going to find a lot of good jobs out there that you're going to be surprised. You're going to be like, what the hell, they paying this much for this little bit of knowledge? Like, it doesn't take that long. Yeah, it's not going to be, oh, I'm building, the UI for Twitter or whatever. But if you're here to get your money and you're here to get your experience, like, you work at Twitter for 3 to 4 months, you could put that on your freaking resume. Hey, I worked at Twitter. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's part of your work history. Okay, wherever you go, that still follows you. Yes, it could be through a middleman, Creative Circle, right? But you did work for that company. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is, guys. Take advantage. Don't lose opportunities, and go check out Creative Circle. I'm not even getting paid by these people or nothing. This is just a company that I've actually worked for and really enjoy myself in the type of jobs that they gave me when I was there. Okay, and there's times, man, that you could earn, just like I said, I got 2 friends of mine who they still work for Creative Circle. One of them works in a major company, another one works remote, and basically both of them work like 6 to 9 months out of the year, and then the rest, they don't even work. Because if you go ahead and you say, okay, for the first quarter of the year, I made 40,000. The second quarter I made another 20,000. Then I come in, I say, hey, by the third quarter, you could come in and say I made another 10,000. You're good. You get what I'm saying? Like, you already made enough to be good for the rest of the year. If you made $80,000 and you know how to manage your money, right, you're going to be fine, right? It doesn't matter if you earn it one time in one job in the beginning of the year, or you work the whole year just to get that 80,000 or that 70,000. Like, if you know how to manage your money, you're going to be fine. Trust me, guys. This is how you see a lot of people that take vacations and do this and that. Like, this is not just this industry. There's a lot of guys who are content writers, digital marketers, who also are part of Creative Circle and companies like Creative Circle. And people take advantage of this. People that know about this, they get paid. The people that just don't know about this, there's like a subculture of the culture. You know what I mean? Like, what you guys see here on YouTube and the blogs and all this stuff is the guys who are, web developers at a company. They work for a salary. They get their little bullshit benefits. And that's it. That's all they know. They don't know about this world. They don't know about working for a company for 6 months and making as much as the person who works full time in there for the whole year. I've been in companies where I make more money than the people that are working there full time. You get what I'm saying? And like that, this is how much Creative Circle pays us, right? Let's say, for example, if I was to take this job, $48 an hour, okay? What exactly is it that Creative Circle is charging them. Think about that. They got to make a profit out of this. So if they're willing to pay $48 an hour, they're willing to pay $60, $70. All right. So go ahead, guys. Start looking online. Stop putting limitations to yourself, man. And you already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. #CodingPhase. #the coding way. Peace.